x greater than equal to 3, therefore x can take values 3 or greater than 3, that is up to infinity, represented by this half open interval, and x less than equal to minus 3, that means x can take values minus 3 or less than minus 3, that means it may take values large negative values, therefore represented by this symbol. This is the combination of ax plus by plus c is equal to 0 and ax plus by plus c greater than 0. Now how to draw graphs on the two-dimensional place, that is plane, that is xy. For that we will take particular examples. Good morning. Welcome to btosacademy. Welcome to my maths class. Already I have written on the board topic inequality, started in the earlier episode. Hence it is continuation. In the last episode I discussed how to solve inequations involving one variable. Today in the first part I shall discuss solving linear equations involving modulus inequality form. I take few examples. Mod x less than 5. Mod x less than 5. First let us write an inequality form when x positive, mod x equal to x. I call this as 1, therefore 1 implies x less than 5. When x negative, mod x equal to minus x, therefore from 1 we get minus x less than 5, from there x less than minus 5. Therefore finally we get minus 5 less than x less than 5. This is the solution set of this one. Now we have to represent that on the number line. For that we draw a number line. And choose a suitable point as origin, then we mark by scaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This point represents x equal to 5 on the left side. This point represents x equal to minus 5. Plus side, this is minus side. I suggest students to draw number line with the help of your scale and maintain the scaling by say taking 1/10 of each as 1 unit, like this. Then x lies in between minus 5 and 5. If we touch these two vertical lines, then that will mean x equal to 5 as well as x equal to minus 5. Therefore, we have to exclude this by putting caps. Then we join these two and write over that minus 5 less than x less than 5. To clearly understand, we draw this line over the number line. In some books, this line is also drawn along the number axis. In that case, you have to overwrite along the number line or bold line. But I think this is better to represent such type of line. Then we take another example. Mod x greater than equal to 3. First of all, we express that with the help of inequality symbol only. It involves modulus as well as inequality. When x positive, mod x equal to 3, sorry, mod x equal to x, mod x equal to x, we call it as 1. Therefore, from 1 we get x greater than equal to 3. When x less than 0, mod x equal to minus x. Therefore, from 1 we get minus x greater than equal to 3. Now we multiply minus 1 both sides to get x. In that case, inequality sign will reverse. Therefore, x less than equal to minus 3. Thus, finally we get x greater than equal to 3 and x less than equal to minus 3. Now we represent that on the number axis. These lengths should be more or less equal. That is why I suggest you use your scale for scaling. Three minus 3. Already I have drawn the number line and marked x equal to 3 as well as x equal to minus 3. Now x is greater than equal to 3. For showing that, first I draw this vertical segment greater than equal to 3. Therefore, the ray will start from this segment, means like this. we have expressed the solution on the number line. One thing I must mention, sometimes you will find the answer is given like this. Since x cannot take extreme values -5 and 5, therefore both are equivalent. In this case, x greater than equal to 3 and x less than equal to -3 represented by x greater than equal to 3, therefore x can take values 3 or greater than 3, that is up to infinity, represented by this half open interval, and x less than equal to -3, that means x can take values -3 or less than -3, that means it may take values large negative values, therefore represented by this symbol. Therefore these two and this one are equivalent. Thus we have expressed the solution on the number line. Then I take another example. We have to solve and represent the solution on the number axis. Now to solve this inequation, first we have to convert that in inequality form only. This is modulus inequality form. For that, if 2x minus 3 greater than 0, modulus 2x minus 3 is equal to 2x minus 3. From 1, 2x minus 3 less than equal to 5, or 2x less than equal to 8, therefore x less than equal to 4. If 2x minus 3 less than 0, mod of 2x minus 3 is equal to minus of 2x minus 3. One thing I have not considered equal to 0 case. You may consider that air or air. That means if you consider it air, then you don't consider that in this one. Matter will be same. Therefore, from 1, what we get? Minus 2x plus 3 less than equal to 5. From that, minus 2x less than equal to 5 minus 3, 2. Therefore, minus x less than equal to 1. Now to get x, we will multiply both sides by minus 1. From that, x greater than equal to minus 1. Follow this. Remember this, while you are multiplying or dividing both sides of an inequation by negative number, then that inequality sign will be reversed. Be cautious. Thus we get finally, therefore, if we combine these two, calling it 2 and this is 3, combining 2 and 3, 2 and 3 minus 1 or we can write that in interval form. Both are correct, both are acceptable. If it is not mentioned that you express your result in interval form, then you can end here. Now we have to express that on number line. For that we draw the number line. Take this suitable point as origin, right side positive. Now I mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, minus 1, minus 2. X equal to minus 1. This is x equal to 4. Now x lies in between minus 1 and 4. Therefore, is the representation on the number line. Thus, I have worked out few problems related to modulus inequality, and after solving, we have expressed on the number line. First, I write the general form. Less than equal to 0. That means this is combination of ax plus by plus c equal to 0 and ax plus by plus c less than 0. The combined form of these two is this. Similarly, this is the combination of ax plus by plus c is equal to 0 and ax plus by plus c greater than 0. Now, how to draw graphs on the two-dimensional place, that is plane, that is xy. For that, we will take particular examples. Though I have written here two variables, but in case of one variable, the concept is applicable. For that, I first consider one variable cases. Say x less than 5. How to represent that on the xy plane, that means two-dimensional plane? For that, the first step will be writing equivalent equation or corresponding equation. X is equal to 5, that means x equal to constant. Therefore, already you have drawn such graphs in 9th standard or lower classes. You may draw the necessary table, then plot the points on the xy plane, that means graph paper, or using freehand graph. I am drawing here freehand graph. Therefore, the table will be, if you wish to draw, you can students who are just learning, you can apply this concept, the concept of drawing graph. X equal to 5, therefore in place of the places of x there will be 5, and in place of y, since y is absent, therefore you choose values as you is. I have chosen here 0, 5, minus 1. Now drawing graph. I am drawing freehand. Also, in this standard, 11th standard, graph paper may not be supplied. In that case, you use your scale pencil and use your scale for scaling. Here x equal to 5 in every case. Therefore, we first point that is lying on the x-axis. Now 5, is this point, then 5, position of that point will be almost here, and 5 minus 5 will be almost here. Actually, distance of these points from the y-axis is 5 units. Now we join these points to get the line of graph of x-axis. Actually, this line is parallel to the y-axis. We represent like this. X is equal to 5. Now, this straight line represents x equal to 5, but our inequation is x less than 5. Now, what will be the presentation here? Since x less than 5, therefore points lying on this straight line are not satisfying this equation. And we see that this straight line has divided the whole plane into two halves, that is on the left half and right half. As this straight line is parallel to a y-axis, therefore it has divided the whole plane into two halves, on the left and on the right. Now points lying on this straight line are not satisfying. That means we have now other two planes. Now we have to determine which half will represent this equation. For that, first we note the origin that is not lying on this straight line. Now coordinates of the origin are 0, 0. That means x equal to 0, y equal to 0. Now we put the value of x in this original equation. What we find? X equal to 0. Therefore 0 on the left side. Is 0 less than 5? Answer is yes. 0 less than 5. That means the origin, the point we have chosen, is on the solution region. We call solution region, lying on the solution region. That means 0 is 0, 0 point is lying on the solution region for the equation x less than 5. You try to understand how we determine the plane divided by the straight line which is representing the equation x equal to 5. You take a point which is not lying on the straight line. Then consider the coordinates, and in place of x you put the abscissa, in place of y you put the coordinate in the original equation. If it is satisfied, that means that point is lying on the solution region of the given equation. Here we see 0, 0, that means origin is lying in the solution region. Therefore, the plane containing the origin, here this straight line has divided the whole plane into two halves. Which half will represent this? We have determined already. Then we have to represent that. You see x less than 5. That means we draw like this. Since x is not equal to 5, for that we may put cap or we may give little space like this. There will be gap. And anywhere you write x less than 5. Also, if you draw this line representing x equal to 5 by putting gaps like this, I draw another diagram. If this straight line representing x equal to 5 is drawn like this, broken line you see, then x less than 5 is represented like this. We may put symbols and write the statement following conventional method. We draw x equal to 5 represented by a straight line. X less than 5 is represented by the shaded region or marked region follow the steps or method how we are drawing x less than 5. First of all, we have to write the equivalent equation, and to draw the straight line or graph for x equal to 5, we may draw the necessary table, then drawing axis on the plane x-axis as well as y-axis. Then x equal to 5 is represented by the straight line AB. Then we have to represent what will be the solution region for x less than 5. For that, we take a point which is not lying on the straight line AB. If that point or the values of x and y satisfy the original inequation, means that point is lying on the solution region of the given inequation, and if it doesn't satisfy, then the region opposite to AB will be the solution region, and after that we mark the solution region either in this way or in this way. Hence I solve the inequation x less than 5 and represent that on the xy plane or two-dimensional plane.